I heard a story, and I don't know. I can't verify how true it was because I don't remember how long it has been since I heard that story. But I heard a story of a kid. I think it was a kid who who claimed that he was being abused by his family. He claimed that his father was hurting him, his mom was insulting him, his siblings were, bullying him and stuff, and like he was just not. He was at par. He was against everything that his family was doing to him. He said, and according to him, that he was being bullied in his house. He was being abused in his house. That's what he said. And well, well, whether that true or was not, I'm not. I nobody can say for sure if that really happened or not. They have to find out, right? So he apparently got the police involved. He got the police involved, and they came and they looked at him and they saw that he looked like a child who was being abused. He looked like a child that was being abused. And so they had to take him away from his family. And they had to put his parents in jail. Well, that's one way to, break up the family. Nice. But they took him to a different family. He entered into the system and he got a foster family and he started enjoying himself. This foster family was caring for him. They made sure that he didn't feel like he was being abused and stuff. And he felt like everything was going well for him until few weeks later, not even months later, weeks later, he started having problems with his foster parents. They started, treating him like he was a bad child. They started, making him feel like he was unimportant, and he complained about them. He felt like these parents, they were also abusing him too. There was one moment where he was arguing with them. He had a fight with them, and the foster mom told him, the world does not revolve around you. The world does not revolve around you. I don't know if you can see where this is going. And this kid, he grew up to feel like he was, he grew up into his teens feeling that he was being abused by this family, by his foster family. And when he went to get the police, tried to get the police involved, this time for some reason the police decided to listen to the foster parents' side of the story, and they just decided to ignore the whole thing because they felt this child was doing absolutely nothing but nonsense. And so this kid thought, okay, well, now everybody is not listening to me anymore. I might as well do what every apparent abused kid does, which I don't think they really do, but I don't know. Run away from home. So that's what he did. He ran away from home and he started to live on the streets. And in living on the streets, he met, he started to keep bad company, apparently. He started to keep bad company, started going out with, with people who he basically had a gang before he was 20. Right? He had a gang before he was 20, and he was doing lots of stuff as a kid, even before he was, an adult and stuff. But he started having issues with his friends. He started having issues with his fellow gangsters, or however you say it. And they all said something similar to what the foster mom said. They all had the same thing to say to him. The world does not revolve around you. Get off your ego. Stop acting like you're a king or a prince or whatever. They all had the same thing to say it to him. And I've forgotten how this story ended, but I know it ended somewhere. And he found himself in a precarious situation that he could not get out of. And when he needed help, no one was there to help him. Not his friends, not his family, not his foster family. Nobody was there to help him. And he needed to get out of his situation, and he could not. It was huge in, bills and debts and stuff. And it put him down. It put him down, and he felt depressed because he felt the world was wicked. And in his depression, he felt that he needed to do something, and so he went out and, he got a rifle or something. He got it out and he ran into the middle of a busy, very, very busy street and started shooting people down. Caused a lot of commotion. I still don't know. I can't verify how the story really went, but it was bad. He got arrested, obviously. He got charged. He went to prison, and he ended himself in prison because he felt that the world was such a bad place that there was no reason for him to be there. But was the world really a bad place? Was it really a bad place? Or was he a bad person? Was there truly a problem with society? Or was he the problem in society? I don't know, but I feel that if there are a ton of people, if there's even at least one person who is telling you the world does not revolve around you, I think it should be a wake-up call. I think it should make you realize there's something you're doing that's wrong. And most of the time it's pretty much what everybody does. Put themselves at the middle or the center of a situation. It's not wrong to think about yourself. In fact, that should not even be a negotiable or a disputed argument. That should not even be a problem. You should prioritize yourself. You should make sure you spend time with yourself. You make sure that you love yourself and everything, and keep yourself away from harm. But also remember that the world does not revolve around you. And I'm sorry to anybody that might be offended by that. I really hope you aren't. But the world moves on. All right? When someone dies, everybody feels sad for that person, but the very next day they're going back to whatever they were doing. It's like me saying, oh my gosh, your sister died. I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. All right? Now I have to go get back to my 9 to 5 job. I'll see you later. It's kind of that stuff. It doesn't mean that people don't care about you. People have to keep doing what they're doing. No one is going to stop because of you. All right? Just because you're a pedestrian and you're passing by the road and the car is meant to wait for you to get across the road, and you're not very fast, it does not mean that the driver of that car doesn't have a place to go. Just because you're crossing the road does not mean the driver too doesn't have a place to be. He too, or she too, is headed somewhere, as well as you. You are very important. You are special. You are amazing. Alright? So is the person next to you. So is your parents. So are your parents. So are your friends. So are your classmates. So is your next door neighbor. Every single person is special, important, amazing, outstanding, and whatsoever. Every single person matters. You are just as important as they are. So don't put yourself above them. Because the world does not revolve around you. The world revolves around everyone. You are not the only person on this universe. Alright? It's very difficult for us to be able to accept that, because we say this. I say this outside, but like somewhere deep inside me, I want people to recognize me more. I want people to think about me more. I want people to stop whatever they're doing out there and just like surround me and give me praises. I want to feel like I am important. But the problem is that will never happen. Alright? That can and will never happen. Because the world does not revolve around you. People do things under the pretext or under the claim that they're doing it for the benefit of society. But most of the time, they're just doing it to promote their selfish intentions. That was exactly, I don't know if I can mention his name, but that was exactly what that guy who started World War II, that's exactly what he did. That's exactly the problem that he had. I guess I can say his name anyway. It's Adolf Hitler. That's exactly what he was trying to do. He was making it seem like he was doing the Germans a favor back in the early 20th century, claiming that he wanted Germany to be the seat of a new world empire. But really what he wanted to do was pursue his selfish intentions to destroy as many races as he could that he did not like. And that's what gave way to one of the greatest and one of the saddest wars in history. I'm not entirely a historian, but I can tell you there are people out there who have done certain things not because it was apparently for the greater good of society or for the greater good of others, but because there was some selfish intentions laid in it. Guys, the world does not revolve around you. You need to know and understand that. You are as special, and just as important as everybody else. You don't need to put yourself above others. Prioritize yourself. At the same time, prioritize the person next to you. Don't leave other people out of the equation. Today's society wants to promote self-culture, self-love, self-care, self-reflection. You know, all that is important, and I'm not against that. All of that is important, but we're doing too much emphasis on self. Just because I can do something doesn't mean you can't either. Don't listen to what a ton of, social media influencers try to say. They try to promote that ideology that you are more important than other people. You should do what you want to do best. And that's not wrong. Again, I'm emphasizing on why that isn't wrong, but at the same time, don't forget that you're living in a society, you're living in a world that is revolving around every single person, not just yourself. So don't just focus on yourself. Don't make yourself to be the top, because there is no top. No one is at the top. No one's at the bottom. You might be rich. You might be wealthy. You might be poor. You might be working. You might be a technician. You might be an artist. You might be the president. You might be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever you are. You live in this same world as every single person. The world revolves around everyone, not you. That's all I wanted to say. The world does not revolve around you. So prioritize everyone the same way you prioritize yourself. That's it. You have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later.